guys, it's Tashina of Holy Tarot. I'm going to start, I want to do a quick, quick readings, just like a few cards for this energy. Maybe because there's so much earth energy going on right now, I just like to kind of tap into that and the Scorpio full moon energy too. So we're just going to pull a few cards for that. But what I'd like to do first is talk about how to manifest and specifically money and power and abundance. And that's all kind of feels like a similar energy to me. Um, so if you're not interested in listening, I'll put a link below to let you know how long this is. You can just kind of fast forward to your reading. But I think what's happening right now, just so much Taurus energy going on that most people are in the manifestation modes, in the receiving modes, in the why isn't this happening to me quick enough kind of thing. And I feel like a lot of people are in crossroads as well. So I just want to give you kind of a quick ritual, really simple, easy. It doesn't cost anything. Well, it might cost $1 or two. Ritual to do to help bring in money and abundance and whatever you're looking for, really. But this will be really specific to, like I said, abundance. Okay. So, a couple things. I feel like you can manifest whatever you want as easy as you can make a cup of tea. Okay? So this is just like a quick visual. Like for me, when I think about manifesting, I think about it as, just making a cup of tea. Like I have a tea bag. That's thought. I have the water. That's water, vibrations of water and feelings. Fire, right? Sometimes positive, sometimes negative. That's motivation, though. And you have the tea that you make, which is the earth energy, and you ingest it. It's the manifestation of what you're trying to create, right? Where the tea leaves come from is spirit. Where the water comes from is spirit. Where the fire comes from is spirit. So they all start in source or spirit, okay, God, whatever you want to use for that. So you're really creating from spirit. You're co-creating. And if you think about manifesting as just making a cup of tea, we all can do that. We all can do that. We all can pick leaves off a tree if we knew, what leaves to pick. We all can somehow get hot water, even if we have to build a small fire and burn it ourselves. So it could be as easy as that. We can all do it. There are no missed opportunities. There are no wrong choices. There are no bad decisions. We're all given exactly what we need at the time that we need it. We manifest from feeling. Feeling to thought, to action, to grounding, to earth. So for me, I think about things when I talk about money and the vibrations of money, wealth, actually. I always say wealth because I'm not interested in money necessarily. Yes, of course. I'd love to have my bank account be enormous. But what I'm more interested in is wealth. It's like I want to be able to care for myself, my children, my children's children. I want to create a legacy. I want an empire. I want to help others. I want to give to others. I want others to help me. I want to grow. I want my world and vibrating out to grow, continuously grow. So I'm talking about creating wealth. But that's just me. I mean, maybe you just want a good job. Maybe you want pay for your kids' college. Maybe you want to pay your freaking light bill today, you know? And I'll tell you, the first way to bring some of this in is feeling. You have to feel in the same vibration of what you're trying to bring in. So if you're concentrating only on, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I'm not worth this, then you're going to keep bringing that in. So you have to stop the story. That's the first part. You have to stop the story. Your thoughts cannot be to the negative. It has to be to the positive. And that starts with feeling. So what's your relationship with money? How were you taught about money? Were you taught that, you know, rich people are awful, they're horrible, do they do nasty things? Are they no good? Were you taught that we don't have enough? We never will have enough. You know, there's lots of stories that we were taught as kids or saw as children, like, that we believe still. So think about the connection with money and what relationship that you have with it. And that feeling will vibrate out. So if your feeling is, I'm not worthy of this good job, I'm not good enough, that's going to come back. But if you're feeling like, I can learn so much from this new job, and I would like to start something new, or I know that I'm capable of doing something so much greater than I'm doing now, or I'd like to go learn more. You know, I think it's because it's Gemini season that I always kind of learning keeps coming up for me. Education and learning and communication, all of that keeps coming up for me. So yeah, it's a change in feeling. It really is. So okay, here's a little ritual. So just so you know, you don't go from, I don't have any money, to, here, I'm gonna go to the dollar store and pick up a candle and then burn it and I'm gonna have money tomorrow. You totally can do that, but you'd be missing a step in the middle of the feeling part, and that is what actually creates everything. What I'm showing you in the ritual is just the manifestation of it, like the physical, how to physically show how to bring something in, you know. So it's, if you don't have, it's just symbols, like it's just a symbol. So if you don't have the feeling and the thoughts to back this up, then it really is just, it's just kind of a waste. But you can do little things, like there's tiny little thoughts that you can implant in your day, like little things, like to say to yourself, oh, I can have money just as easy as I can make a cup of tea, you know, just something like that even. Or money is not that hard to make. You know, that's a big change from, I don't have enough, I'll never have enough, to, oh wait, like, money's not that hard to make. Like, we can all just go out and make money if we want. Or maybe you go from there to, you know, oh man, like, I just always wanted to do, you know, I don't know, put something in there, something creative. I always wanted to do something creative, and I think it'll bring money into me. Like, feel like what a difference that is from, I will never have enough. You know, I'm not worth enough. Why don't I have money? That's a big, big shift. I know it might be too big for some people, but I'm hoping that You take small steps in order to shift the way you're thinking. And it's really about feeling. So what do you feel about money? Like, is it a good thing for you? Is it freedom for you? Is it stability for you? Is it passion? Is it like, what is it? You know, like come up with what it is. And if it's not something like that, like where it's like positive and good for you, then you need to start reteaching yourself on what it is and what it feels like. Okay, so here is the just a real simple ritual, okay? So what you'll need is a few things. I use a white candle. You can use any candle. I think the white candle works the best, so I would suggest that. I just got mine at a dollar store. $1, okay? I buy a ton of these. I like clear out the dollar store. I have white candles for every single thing. When people come over, I burn white candles. I don't want any negative energy in my house, so I send out the most positive white candle, white light energy, okay? And then I accept that from others as well. Um, so white candle, you'll need a mantra or an affirmation or something that something that's going to be positive to bring in. I'll give you some suggestions, and also in each person's reading, each zodiac reading, I will pull a card that'll have a manifestation on it. So that'll be really helpful. Maybe you can use that moving forward. You'll also need a representation of what money is to you, what wealth looks like to you. So for this setup, I just use like an Asian coin. I don't even know where I got this actually. I think my mom left it here. But like I just use a little Asian coin that represents wealth for me. And then you need a representation of what like a multiplier. Like what's going to attract the money and what is going to multiply it, okay? So I have two things. You don't have to have two things. You could go outside and pick a stick. You can pick a rock. You can pick, you could go out, a shell would be amazing, like a conch shell or something, or just whatever. You can make a little funnel out of paper, and that could be it. And that could be just representing money coming in and concentrating itself right to your bank account. Whatever feels like if a pine cone would be great. Because that's a multiplier. It starts as a tiny seed and it grows to have all those little prickly things all over it. And but I mean, you have to think about these things, okay? So you have to be really conscious about what you're choosing, because a pine cone, it might bring with it tons of money, because it creates, it grows and has all these little prickly things all over it, and that could all mean money. But you have to think about it too. Do these prickly things mean that when I bring in this money that I'm going to be kind of tough and prickly? Or does it come in with these hard lessons around it? So really think about what you're choosing, okay? I chose this piece here. A friend of mine made this. I think it's made out of clay. And for me, it just looks like a multiplier. It looks like money comes in here and it just gets multiplied out. So I use that. And then I use this other one, and you don't have to have two. You can have one. You can have a million. You can have a ton of them if you want. I also use this. This is a glass piece. It just reminds me of a vortex, and it reminds me of, getting in an energy field that makes sense for money, and it's green, so that just makes sense to me, okay? So I use those things, and basically what I do is I have these things set up, on a little plate or somewhere special that, so no one else will touch it and bother it. And I just, say my manifestation affirmation. So I'll give you an example. I have one on this card here that I asked Spirit to choose for me. And it says support. I surround myself with supportive people who believe in my dreams. And maybe you want something else that is more, more to you, which is like, you could do something like, I believe I attract money into my life. I believe in myself, and therefore money will come easily into my life. You know, whatever. It could be whatever. You come up with your own affirmation. You choose one, um, that makes sense for you. And if it resonates with you, perfect. If it doesn't, then just don't use it. So light your candle, set the stage, light your candle, say your affirmation, and then really feel it. Take deep breaths into it. Feel it in you. Feel that affirmation go through you, go through your heart, and it'll start to change day in a few days. You do this every night, every morning. Don't leave your candle going. Just I don't want anybody to burn down their house. I'm just saying. But like consciously do it where you are bringing in that energy to yourself, and it'll start to shift how you feel about money and wealth and prosperity. So then do it as long as you want, as long as you need it. So that's a really nice, easy one to do. And hopefully this helps someone out there. I know right now it's a lot of Taurus energy. I think I said that already. And so I think in my practice with friends, with personal readings, I've gotten a lot of questions about money and about prosperity and abundance. And I just wanted to share some of this with you. And hopefully it helps.